Good morning. This is KCOP Channel 13, Los Angeles, with studios in Hollywood and transmitters atop Mount Wilson, beginning another full day of television programming for your enjoyment. Some programs seen on KCOP are rebroadcast by means of videotape recording and film. This station is owned and operated by Chris Craft Industries, Incorporated, and transmits on the assigned Channel 13 by authority of the Federal Communications Commission, Washington, D.C.
The best 60-minute newscast in Los Angeles as voted by the LA Press Club. News 13, weeknights at 10.
It's something to scream about. It's Webster, right after The Cosby Show, every weeknight at 6:30 on Channel 13.
Ding dong, knock, knock, hey, nanny, do. Bing bong, tick tock, bebop, boom. Flip flop, up, up, beady, mighty, moo. Boppity, stoppity, romper room. Hey, diddle, little, fiddle, dum, diddy, do. You be a doobie, zoo. Ding dong, knock, knock, hey, nanny, do. Tip tap, pitter pat, granny cat, too. Rooty toot, kimble, loopy loo. Boppity, stoppity, romper room. Romper room and friends.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Romper Room. I'm your teacher, Miss Soko, and we're ready to start exercising. So stand up, everyone. Miss Music, we're going to try and do some jumping jacks. Who knows how to do jumping jacks? All right, Shauna and Monica know how. Let's start. Okay. Oops, Chad, you scoot over just a little bit so DeMarco won't hit you with his strong arm. Now, if you haven't done jumping jacks before, we'll practice them together. Everyone, stop the jumping jacks for just a moment, and we'll do just our arms. Okay, put your arms over your head, and then bring them down to the sides. Over and down. All right, that's half of the jumping jack. Now, here's the other half. You do it with your legs. You open your legs. Good. And you close them, just like Monica did. Open and close. Here's a little hint, because boys and girls sometimes get confused where their arms and legs go. When your hands come down, they're going to slap your legs shut. They'll be nice and tight, and then you'll open like this, just like a bridge with a big tower over it. And okay, so we're a tower, and then we close it up. Close the bridge. Good. Let's do it to the count of 1 and 2 and. Here we go. 1 and 2 and, whoa, 3 and 4 and. One final thing. Let's see how fast my friends can do the jumping jacks. Ready, Shauna? Whoa, look at Monica go. Ready, set, go. Let's see how fast you can do it. Good, very good, everyone. I hope you played right along with us. You know what, this week we're going to learn about insects. We're going to find out about butterflies and bees. Yeah, and you know what? Spiders, very interesting. They're different from butterflies and bees, and we'll find out why. We're going to draw them. We're going to pretend to be different kinds of insects, and we're going to take a look at their homes, too. But first of all, I have a Romper Room graduate who's going to come in to help. Mark, come on in. And Shauna, would you go over and get the flag for me, please? Come on up here, Mark. He's our helper today. Now, you are Monica's big brother?
Yeah. Yeah.
How old are you now, Monica?
7.
7. So you were here on Romper Room how long ago? About 2 years ago? A year ago?
Like 2.
2 years ago. I'm glad you came back. Great. Chad and DeMarco, come on down. Oh, you can hold it for me, Shauna. You're going to be the flag holder. And Chad's ready, too. All right. Mark's taking over the class. What are you going to tell them to do first, Mark?
Put your right hat on your heart. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. And Shauna, you can put the flag away. Mark, why don't you sit down back here with us for just a moment? Let's all sit down back here on the top step with Mark. You know what? I want to ask my friends, has anybody ever been stung by a bee?
No.
No?
I did. I have.
You have? Oh, let me go over here with my friends and find out. First, what happened to you, DeMarco?
He bit me.
He did? Where? Where did you get?
There.
Right on your leg? Oh, I'll bet. Yeah, did it hurt a lot?
Yeah.
Were you at the park or in your backyard? Where were you?
I was at home.
At home in your own yard. How about Monica? Tell us what happened.
One time when I was in the backyard of my house, I got stung by a bee.
Well, you know what, Monica? I'm going to need your help because this week in Romper Room, we're going to have a first aid lesson also. And we're going to find out what we should do if someone gets stung by a bee. But let's go to our other Romper Room friends, Granny and Up, and see what they're learning this morning about insects, too.
Oh, Up, stop bugging me.
I'm not bugging you. I'm debugging you. You ought to thank me. I just got rid of another pesky little insect.
Oh, Up, not all insects are pesky.
Oh, yeah? Show me an insect, and I'll show you a pest.
Oh, I'll show you a real pest. There.
Oh, ha, ha. Very funny. Here I am trying to rid mankind of insects, and all you can do is make fun of me.
Well, if you really want to help, you'd realize that not all insects are nasty.
Yeah? Like mosquitoes, for instance?
No, mosquitoes are pests. But there are a lot of other nice insects, like bees.
Oh, bees? One stung me last year. I'd call that pretty pesty.
Well, bees only sting to protect themselves. You must have been bothering him.
Nah, I was just smelling a flower.
Well, when bees are in flowers, they're doing their job. You know, bees take nectar to make honey.
Well, they ought to put up a sign. Danger, bees at work.
Oh, Up, you know bees can't read all right. And did you know that flies taste with their feet?
Oh, no wonder they don't wear shoes and socks.
And to smell things, they use their antennae.
Oh.
You know, those things sticking out of their heads?
So that's why I've never seen one wearing a hat.
And flies don't see the way we do. Their eyes are really lots of tiny eyes.
Oh, so that's why they always get away.
Yes, and it's a good thing they do. Because if you killed all insects, you'd be doing a very bad thing. So, look before you swat.
Okay, Granny. But, what about that funny-looking green and purple one with the ugly 6 long, hairy legs that's, sitting on your left ear?
Oh! Do you know what else flies do when they fly away?
No, what?
They buzz off.
Huh. Ooh. Oh, I can take a hint.
Oh, that boy gets me a little buggy sometimes.
Well, when we come back, we're going to learn more about what is an insect, and my friends will be drawing insects at the desk, too. Back in a moment.
We'll return to Romper Room right after these messages.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah,
Blah.
blah.
You gotta be cool on the inside, too.
We now return to Romper and Friends.
Friends at home, we're going to play a game right now. We're going to do our doobie dance, and I want you to join in at home, all right? Now, everybody, come on over. And do you know how to buzz real loud like a giant bee? Yes, I can hear Monica buzzing. Can you hear Shauna buzzing? Put your arms way out. Make long wings, everybody. Everybody at home, too. Come on, see if you can buzz along. Try and use all the space you have. You may not have too much space at home, but that's okay. Come on in, Chad. Can you kick your feet forward and buzz? Can you kick your feet back? Over to the side. Here we go. Great. Let's all sit down on the floor together right here. Oh, I like buzzing around and dancing. Now, Chad, I need you to sit over here next to me. And DeMarco, would you come over on this side, too, so your mom or dad can see you? Scoot back just a little right here, Shauna. Now, Doobie is one of our Romper Room friends, and he wants to know what you would do if you had some bees around you. What do you think Doobie would tell you to do?
He bit me.
Yeah, a bee can bite you or sting you. That's right.
Or even beat you or even sting you.
Oh, absolutely right, Chad.
Sting me on my back.
On your back, too? Oh, you must have been so unhappy. I would cry a lot if that happened to me, because I know that hurts. No, but DeMarco says he didn't cry a lot, though.
A bee must have stung my mom in the back when she was at my Aunt Derry's house.
She did. Well, you know what? We are going to have a first aid lesson about that.
I have bees in my backyard, but they couldn't see me.
Oh, they couldn't see you? Why not?
Well, because I was throwing balls, and they didn't really see the balls that I was throwing at them.
Oh, well, you know...
But when I throw, they didn't really see me when I throwed them.
Well, do you think, maybe you can help me out with this. Maybe Monica can, too, because, Monica, you've been stung by a bee, too, haven't you? If you have bees swarming in your neighborhood or swarming in the backyard next to you, and they come near you... Oh, yes, go ahead.
One time I went to Debbie's, and there might have been a beehive. I didn't see any beehives.
Yeah. Do you think you should try and run away from the bees or move real slow and be still?
Because or else they might come after you.
They might come after you if you try and move too fast, or what if you try and move your arms? Let's pretend, some boys and girls do this. A bee's coming at them, and start waving your arms around real fast, everybody. Pretend that you're trying to get a bee away from you and start waving your arms. You know what? That's going to make the bee excited and nervous, and they're going to want to sting you. So instead, let's pretend that we just noticed that there's some bees swarming over by our bulletin board. Let's get up very quietly, and let's walk over to the desk very slowly so they don't notice we're getting away from them. Come on, everybody, let's go back to the desk. Very good, Shauna. Shauna's being careful. So's Chad. Here comes DeMarco. I don't think the bees noticed we even left. Here comes Monica, too. Okay, we're in a safe place now, Monica. We're away from our pretend bees, and now we can take a look at what is an insect. And we're going to first take a look at some butterflies. Now, what kind of an insect do you think this is? What is this one called?
A caterpillar.
Say again, Monica.
A caterpillar.
This is a caterpillar, that's right. And a caterpillar goes to sleep for a while. It covers itself up with a very thick shell.
Then it turns into a butterfly.
Yes, and
then
this
it
is
turns into a butterfly.
inside.
And hides.
It goes and hides in there. That's right. You know, and that is a chrysalis. And inside that hard, shiny chrysalis is a pupa. And it stays there, friends at home, while it is changing. Now, let me show you. Take a look. Take a look at the next one, friends at home. Yeah, it goes into its station. Now, when it first comes out, now you see this one is still standing on its little cocoon. And when it first comes out, its wings are wet and droopy. Yeah, they're wet and droopy. And it has to wave them back and forth.
I touch and I go wash my hands upstairs of a Mickey house.
Have you, so you've been able to touch a butterfly wing before?
You know what? One
What's
day
that?
at my old school, I saw a butterfly and it was flapping its wings real fast.
Yeah, it was. It was in a hurry. Let's take a look.
Some people were scaring it.
Oh,
and it
no.
was going real fast because it had to get away.
Yeah, let's take a look at the next picture.
Here, slide down my hero. I saw the water, but he is like this.
Oh, friends at home, look at that beautiful butterfly. Now, that's a different type, and I want you to notice that it's got the large wings, and the body does have different parts to it. And it has antenna. Let's take a look at the last picture. That gives you a better look at it, a little closer. Notice that the cocoon where it came out of is clear now. The chrysalis is clear. And all that darkness that you saw was the colors of the butterfly all close together.
How come that one's green?
Because different types of butterflies have different colors. So we're going to go over and play a game. This music? Yes.
I see
You can see me and yourself on Romper, and we're going to go over, to our baskets. And when we come back, we're going to learn more together about insects. Back in just a moment, and if you have a basket at home, maybe you can use it.
Romper Room will continue right after these messages. She's good with animals. She's great with kids.
I can't breathe.
And she's sensational with the boss. But she's at her very best when she's cooking up comedy and letting all Nell break loose on Gimme a Break.
Another helping of jackass, Chief?
She's doing a lot more than keeping house. She's cleaning up the laughs on Gimme a Break. Now, weekdays at 4:30 on Channel 13.
We now return to Romper and Friends.
Friends at home, we're going to do some coloring here in Romper Room right now. And we're going to try and make up some insects. So I'm giving my friends...
I don't know how to make them.
Well, you can color anything you'd like, Chad. Here, let me give you some paper
I want
here.
to color dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs? Wow.
Call me a dinosaur.
You're going to do a dinosaur too?
I'm going to make a dinosaur.
Well, while my friends are coloring those, I want to show you the kind of thing that you can do at home with paper that's been cut into strips. You can make a caterpillar at home too by just taking some paper.
I'm going to make me a whole zebra.
Look at this. My friends are very busy. Chad, stay sitting down over here, please.
Look at my caterpillar.
Oh, you've already started yours. Good. Now, this is going to be the first part of the caterpillar. And then...
I'm going to make a caterpillar, a fly. That's a fly. I'm going to make it
I'm going to make a chain. And this chain is going to end up having some legs in it. And we'll see how long we can make it, okay? Now, Chad, you stay sitting down there, and you can show that to Mom or Dad later on, okay? Because they can see it from here. Yeah.
I make chains. I already know that.
You know how to make chains already. Well, friends at home, this is all you need to do at home. Now, let me add one more. After you do the last one, because I don't know how long you want your caterpillar, you can come back and right here on the front, you can draw a face. You can put some eyes in there.
I want to put eyes.
There, thank you very much, Chad. And you can give him a big smile. But you know what? He's going to need some antenna, too. Yeah, we'll do that one in a little while. Before we go on to that, I'm going to leave him here and show you something else. Can I show the friends at home your caterpillar? Friends at home, look at Chad's caterpillar. He's got a really nice face on his, too. I like the way this one's wiggling across the page. And, oh, you gonna put a nose in there? May I show the friends at home yours, Monica? Monica, you did a nose too? Oh, thank you. Now here's Monica's butterfly. Oh, and here's Chad's. Can you imagine that insect flying all around?
Not mine.
No, this one's DeMarco's, and his insect is moving so fast. So we've got a caterpillar, a butterfly, and a very busy insect. And how about you, Shauna? You know what, friends at home? Shauna even put her name on hers right there. Thank you, Shauna. You gonna do that with yours too? Thank you, Shauna. You too, DeMarco? Okay. Well, while my friends are doing that, I'm going to put up on our bulletin board a drawing of Doobie. And this is a drawing that we'll be happy to send to you. We're going to give you our address on Thursday so that you can get the same kinds of things here at home that you see here on Romper Room. I'm coloring our little Doobie friend in, and I'm going to ask my friends to play a game called Pin the Tail on the Doobie. You know how we're going to do that? I'm going to give them some stingers. Now, these aren't real stingers. These are going to be red stingers.
I know, and I'm real pins, the fake.
Yes, and I'm taking them from, I'm taking them from the corner of my paper right here. I've got all these little pointy stingers.
One of them.
Well, you know what you're going to try and do, though? You're going to try and stick one on the Doobie. Everyone, let's go over to our bulletin board. And I'll show you how we're going to play this game. I'm going to put this on our bulletin board and ask each one of my friends to come up. And this is going to be kind of the hard part. They're going to try, sit down on the floor right here, everyone. They're going to try to come up one at a time and stick a stinger right on our Doobie. And the hard part is keeping your eyes closed. See, I put tape on the back of this. So you're going to have to close your eyes real tight and come up. Did I get close? I didn't even get close. Look at that. Let's see how Chad will do. Chad, leave your drawing there on the floor. I know you can too, DeMarco. Now keep your eyes closed, Chad. Close your eyes and try and stick it. Oh, no. We're going to try and stick it right there, okay? Let's try DeMarco. Come on, DeMarco. You got real close. Yeah. Okay, DeMarco. Now, hold on to your stinger. And eyes closed. And try and reach up and try and remember where that stinger belongs. Pretty good. He got it right next to the foot. Shauna, and then Monica. Sure you can. We'll try again. You can play this game at home, friends, when you have somebody visiting you. Whoa. There's Shauna. Okay, now let's see how Monica does. And you can always try again and keep on practicing. Okay, Monica. There's your stinger. Eyes closed. She took a good look, and now she's going to try and remember where that goes. She's using her fingers. Even closer. Look at that. Pretty good. Chad's turn. We'll be back in just a moment with Magic Mirror. Yes, it's going to be yours.
We'll
return to Romper Room right after these messages.
Casey, the safety car.
Boys and girls, everyone should know the emergency telephone number 911. This is how you dial a push-button telephone. This telephone uses a dial. Remember, dial 911 only in an emergency when you need a police officer, a firefighter, or an ambulance. Ask your parent or teacher to show you if you don't already know how.
'Cause Casey is for kids.
We now return to Romper and Friends.
Each day this week, we're going to learn a little more about insects. Let's take a look at what we're doing. Tomorrow, we'll learn about bees. And on Wednesday, we'll have one of my favorite stories, The Very Busy Spider. On Thursday, we're going to make butterfly feet and butterflies. And on Friday, we'll have our drawing for those 3 bicycles in our Good For You food contest. So don't forget, if you sent in a drawing of a breakfast, lunch, or dinner food for our Good For You food contest, this Friday we'll find out if you're the winner of our Tony the Tiger Huffy bicycle. Let your family and friends know, and of course I'll mention it again every day. But right now, I'm going to see if I can't find you, because it is time for Magic Mirror. Romper, bomper, stomper, boo. Tell me, tell me, tell me, do. Magic Mirror, tell me today, did my friends have fun at play? There's Patrick and Cheryl. I see Shane, Robert, Mindy, and Robin. There's Natalie and Pauline, Michael, Matthew, Irene, and Sabrina. I see Bernard and Leslie, Brenta, Joshua, Lilbert, and Colleen. There's Marilyn, Katie, Susie, Marie, Allison, and you, and I'll see you all again in Romper Room School.
Coming up at 7, get set for the True Blue Smurfs Adventures. Then at 7:30, join J.D. Roth and Tiny as they explore the Fun House. And at 8, have some fun with Yogi and Boo Boo on the Yogi Bear Show. Don't miss the excitement right here on LA's #1 station for fun, Channel 13.
Pitter-pat, Granny Cat too. Root-a-toot, Kimbaloo-dee-loo.
Good morning. This is KCOP Channel 13, Los Angeles, with studios in Hollywood and transmitters atop Mount Wilson, beginning another full day of television programming for your enjoyment. Some programs seen on KCOP are rebroadcast by means of videotape recording and film. This station is owned and operated by Chris Craft Industries, Incorporated, and transmits on the assigned Channel 13 by authority of the Federal Communications Commission, Washington, D.C.
The best 60-minute newscast in Los Angeles as voted by the LA Press Club. News 13, weeknights at 10.
It's a joint problem with a straight solution.
You are not to do any drugs.
Tonight at 6 on Channel 13.
Bing bong, knock knock, hey now you. Bing bong, tick tock, bebop boom. Flip flop, up up, be my moo. Boppity stoppity, romper room. Hey diddle 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 dum diddy doo. You be a doobie. Ding dong, knock knock, hey now you. Tip tap, pitter pat, granny cat too. Rooty toot, kimble, loopy loo. Boppity stoppity, romper room. Romper room and friends.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Romper Room. I'm your teacher, Miss Soko, and Miss Music, we're starting the morning off using our high steppers. Now, we're going to try and move real slow like a turtle would move, or a tortoise would move on the high steppers. One step and then the other. Look at that. Shauna knows what to do. If you think you're going to fall, you lean forward just a little bit. You keep pulling up on those green cords. DeMarco is learning how. Look at this. DeMarco's doing a good job, and Chad, too. Everyone's moving real slow, taking their time, practicing walking. Whenever you start something new, it's always a good idea to practice on the rug or the grass first, right? Because that way you won't slip too much. Boy, my friends are using their arm muscles and their leg muscles all at the same time. And notice they're keeping away from the desk and the bulletin board and the toy chest. When you play indoors at home, too, make sure you stay away from the furniture, just in case you fall down the way DeMarco and Shauna did. You fall down in a soft place, not a place that has sharp corners. Okay, so we're moving around like a tortoise. Now, does anyone think that they can move a little faster? You might have to take real small baby steps, but can you move? Look at Monica. Monica, can you move a little? Oh, she did it. Whoa. There goes Shauna. Baby steps like a little rabbit scooting through the grass. Little baby steps, whoop, and she fell down. But everyone's looking out for each other. Let's see you watch, Chad. Yeah, like a bee. Here's a turtle step from Chad. Go ahead, Chad. Nice and small. Oh. DeMarco is going to walk like a pony, like a horse on his, and Chad is going to walk like a Tyrannosaurus Rex on his. Let's see, can you imagine Chad being a Tyrannosaurus? Oh, my goodness, he's coming around. You know what, friends? Let's take a look. Shauna's walking like a dinosaur, too. They're even making the sounds now.
When you fall off, that makes the whole world shake.
Did you tell the friends at home what happens when you fall off your high steppers, Tyrannosaurus?
When you fall off your half at home, that means you can pretend your whole world shakes in dinosaurs.
That's right, because dinosaurs are so heavy.
And even Charles Rex is the heaviest. And if you try to pick him up, he's gonna. And he wants to way down you. He's gonna go. He's gonna squish you.
Can't you tell how big he is by the way we're walking?
And I'm a big boss. One day
you are too.
I watched the Pink Panther.
Yeah.
When he was in Dinosaur World, and I saw Tyrannosaurus Rex, and a big rock rode him, and he made a big hole of him.
Oh, friends at home, you know what? This is a good story. When you go to the laundromat with Mom or Dad, do you ever tell them stories while you're waiting for your clothes to get clean? Let's watch Paddington Bear, because he doesn't have anyone to share stories with right now. Let's watch.
Room friends, I am Paddington Bear. I have a great story to tell you, and it's all about me. Mr. and Mrs. Brown were there in bed, Paddington decided to lend a paw with the washing. In a weak moment, he'd even offered to do some of Mr. Curry's pullovers, which was how the clothes dryer came to collapse under the weight. Paddington decided there was only one way out of the problem. He would have to visit a laundrette. Before she went away, Mrs. Bird had left some special instructions for just such an emergency, so he loaded up the wheelbarrow and set off. According to the instructions, the Browns' laundry needed hot water, whereas Mr. Curry's pullovers had to have warm, in case they stretched. So he decided to use two machines. Left paw, hot wash. Right paw, warm wash. Left paw, hot wash. Right paw, warm wash.
Well, when we come back, we're going to learn about bees because this is Insect Week in Romper Room, and we'll have more fun, too.
Romper Room will continue right after these messages.
What do these women have in common? They were all Girl Scouts. Girl Scouting showed them that they could do or be anything. An ambassador to the United Nations or an Olympic champion. Girl Scouting inspires girls to dream big and prepares them to meet the challenges of a demanding adult world. Your daughter should be a Girl Scout. She'll be in very good company, and she'll get the right start.
We now return to Romper Room Friends.
Friends at home, do you remember, when Monica was telling us that she had been stung by an insect? Do you remember what insect that was? Tell everyone what...
A bee! It was a bee.
And tell them where it happened. Where were you?
I was in the backyard of my house.
Well, let's take a look at bees and where they are. Because
and
sometimes
dinosaurs!
Yeah, now look at that. That's what the bee looks like. Now, remember when we looked at butterflies yesterday in Romper Room? The wings were real big and the body was smaller. Well, with bees, it's just the other way around. The body is big and it's got little, hard-working wings. Now, let's take a look at our next picture. What do you think these are? Has anybody ever seen boxes like this? Well, sometimes in your neighborhood, someone might decide that they would like to keep bees. And they have boxes like this where bees can come in and build honeycombs. Now, let's take a look inside. Yes, let's take a look inside. Inside these boxes, there are slats, wooden strips, where bees can then start putting in some wax and turning them into containers or keepers for the honey that they make. Let's go a little closer. Here are the bees. Oh, yeah, here are the bees hard at work. And those are the worker bees. And each one of those little holes is part of a honeycomb, and they are going to be filling it with honey and then sealing it with wax. Where do you think they get the honey? Does anyone know where the honey comes from?
Flowers.
Did you hear Chad? He said from flowers. How about you, Shauna? What do they do?
Trees.
And from trees, too. Yes.
They get some from flowers and they connect it. And they bring the honey back to the house.
That's absolutely right. They will get the nectar from the flowers and also from herbs and... Oh, here, let me help you. and from some kinds of trees, sweet-smelling trees.
Could you draw me a dinosaur?
I sure can. And then they take it back.
Draw me a triceratops.
All right. And you know what, friends at home? Each time a bee goes back to the honeycomb or to the beehive, it does a special little dance to tell the other bees where it's been and where the very best honey is. And they watch it dance, and by doing that, they know where to go. Now, we're going to go back and play with some of our punching balls. We have some sponge balls here in Romper Room. And I'm doing a giant dinosaur for my friend here.
Yeah.
There you go, for Chad. Yes.
I made a dinosaur.
Oh, and you made a dinosaur, too. Well, you know, we're going to leave our dinosaur drawings right here and see if we can do some balancing with our sponge balls. Dinosaurs could balance. Chad tells us they were very heavy. Come on over, DeMarco and Shauna and Monica. Here are some sponge balls. We like to use sponge balls in Romper Room because we are playing indoors and we want to make sure that no one gets hurt. Here you go, Shauna. Now, before you let the sponge ball go again, DeMarco, come on over. I want you to hold on to the ball. Don't throw it up too high. What do we have overhead here in Romper Room? Very heavy lights. And if you throw it up too high, what do you think might happen? Shauna says they might drop, so just throw it a little over your head. I know that Chad is very strong, but he's not going to use all his strength. He's going to hold back, right, Chad? Yeah. Just like that. Did you see that? He just threw it right over his head, just like this. Do it again for us, Chad. Good, yeah. And DeMarco, can you throw it up? No, don't sock it. Can you toss it up just like this? Let's see. Right over, just a little bit. Shauna? Yes, that's right. Monica? Good. Now, we're going to pretend that we are bees and we have a message to give to the other bees. So, let's put our sponge balls between our ankles. This is going to help us to feel like we're bees. We're going to bend over. These are our wings. Now, I want you to do a bee dance. Do a bee dance trying to tell the bees where the honey is. Try and move differently from everyone else. There you go. Look at Monica go. Can you walk around? Yeah. Look at Shannon. Oh, and Chad is going to find his beehive. Look at DeMarco turning around. And there's yours. Okay. Now that we've done our bee dance, let's pretend that we have some nectar. And we've collected this nectar, and we're going to try and take it back. So see if you can balance the ball between your elbows. And let's go back to the flowers. Come on, let's go back. Now, can you balance it on one hand and hop back? What if you were a bee that had one wing that was broken? You hop back? Monica's going to make it all the way. Is Chad going to make it all the way? Here comes Chad and DeMarco. They're going to make it. They made it back to the beehive. Good. What else can we do with the sponge balls besides balancing them and throwing them up in the air? Can you throw them up in the air? Yeah, or you know what? Can you clap your hands and catch the ball? Yeah. Chad and DeMarco can do that, and so can Shauna. We're going back to Paddington Bear to find out what's happening at the laundrette. I wonder if he put too much soap in the washer. Let's watch.
washing. Oh, Mr. Curry. Nothing, Mr. Curry. That is, Oh, dear. What's happened to my pullovers? I had 6 white pullovers when you left this morning. You wouldn't like one large cocoa-coloured one, would you, Mr. Curry? Asked Paddington hopefully. What's that? Or even a kit of parts for making a new one? Mrs. Bird's got some very good patterns. Ah, come here, Bear. Perhaps you'd like a cup of cocoa to be going on with, Mr. Curry. There's lots more where this came from, and it's very frothy.
At home, when we come back, we have 6 things for you to remember in case there are bees in your neighborhood. So we'll count them all down. Back in a moment.
We'll return to Romper Room right after these messages. Look out, here comes a very independent kid.
Guess what?
With a mind of his own.
We got a kiss?
That's the rules, George.
It's hilarious family fun 5 times a week.
Wow.
It's Webster.
I'm nuts. That's my favorite show.
And now, it's right after the Cosby Show.
What a great connection.
Join the fun on Webster.
Boy, am I good.
Weeknights at 6:30 here on Channel 13.
We now return to Romper and Friends.
Friends at home, we've been talking about insects, and some of my friends have had bees in their neighborhood or have even been stung by bees. So there are 6 things that we want to remind you about. 6 things that will help make things a little easier in case it happens to you. Now, if you ever get hurt, the very first rule is if you ever get hurt, you fall down, you scratch yourself, you cut yourself, who do you call? Who do you go to?
Mommy.
Yes, DeMarco says you call your grown-up, your mom or grandma or grandpa, whoever's taking care of you that day, your babysitter or teacher. So you tell them. Yeah, oh, there's a big dinosaur. You call your grown-up right away. That's number 1. Now, when they get you inside the house, do you know what baking soda is? Sometimes grown-ups keep that in the house, maybe in the refrigerator, right, Shauna?
Or in the cabinet.
Or in the cabinet. Yeah, oh, you made a stinger for me. Thank you. Well, when you do that, have Mom or Dad get some water and make a paste for you. Mix the baking soda up with a little bit of water and make it kind of pasty so that it sticks together.
I need yellow.
After they do that, what do you think they're going to do with it? What do you think you should do with that paste of baking soda? What do you put it on?
You put it on some bread.
Say again, Shauna.
Wherever you get hurt.
Wherever you've gotten hurt, DeMarco.
Right here.
Right there? If
I didn't get hurt right there.
But if the bee stung DeMarco right here, that's where his mom or dad or his other favorite grown-up would put the baking soda. And then they would put a piece of gauze over it, a little piece of material.
And I'd be scared.
Yeah. And you know what? What helps? Sometimes you can put some witch hazel or even ammonia on that gauze, and that'll make it feel a little better. Now, here's this part you're not supposed to do, the real important part. Do you think you should try and squeeze that stinger out? Let's see, can I have one of those stingers you made, please? Oh, that's a good sharp one. Come over here, Chad. Come over here and help me. What if, I'm going to use some Scotch tape. You were stung by a bee and there was a stinger underneath your skin like that and the very tip was sticking up. Do you think your parents should squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and get it out? You know why? If they squeeze and squeeze, it might break off like that and they might get part of it out, but the other part is still underneath the skin.
Then take off the tape anyway.
But we'll take the tape off here. That's right. So that way, you never squeeze. But I'll tell you what you can do. Let's try again. Let's get another piece. And let's see. Do I have some more tape here? Oh, here's another one. Thank you.
I need some more tape.
You need some more tape, DeMarco?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks.
Whoops. Here, let me get you another one. Instead of squeezing it, you need to scrape it. And I'll show you what that means. Let's put that right back on there again. And what you do is just scrape it gently from side to side. Now notice how, even with the Scotch tape, if I just am scraping it just like that from side to side, it starts to come off. There you go, all by itself. So scrape, don't squeeze. Now the last thing, how about a nice cold towel? Do you think a cold towel might help? Might make it feel better? Yeah, you know what? With a summer it would. So 15 or 20 minutes with a cold towel and then maybe some calamine lotion. So those are the things you remember. Call a grown-up, get some baking soda, don't squeeze it, scrape it, and then you'll be all right. But once in a while, somebody is allergic to bee stings. Does anybody here have an allergy that makes them sneeze or makes their eyes water? Well, if you have an allergy... Yeah? What happens?
When I be tired.
Well, when you're tired, your eyes get hurt. Yeah.
One time, I went to Debbie's and I was working on the tree at Debbie's, and one of my friends said there's a beehive, and I saw a new beehive. That's why I stayed up there.
And you stayed up there anyway. Well, if you start feeling like you want to throw up, or you start sweating a lot, or you have trouble breathing, or your eyes just aren't working anymore, your stomach hurts, please get help. Dial 911 and have your grown-up take you to emergency right away. Yes, John?
One day at my home, I saw a bunch of bees. I was throwing balls at them, but they didn't see me. Really.
Oh, good. So you were safe. Well, we won't do that again. Now, let me show you the name of one of our Romper Room friends.
And I made you.
You made this for me?
Yeah.
What do you think? Right next to our telephone, we have one of our Romper Room friends. What do you think?
It's on a dinosaur. It's a bee.
I don't think the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Now, what is his name, though? Do you know what his name is?
Percy.
Nope, his name is Doobie. Doobie.
That's the picture of him.
Yeah, that's the picture of him over there. Doobie is our Romper Room friend, so you might want to draw a picture. That's him. That's Doobie. You might want to draw a picture of Doobie and send it to us. Now, we're going to play our red light, green light game. So would everyone go and stand in front of the bulletin board? I'll show you how we play this game. Walk carefully. Shauna says she already knows how to do it. When I say green light and look away, my friends are going to try and sneak up to me. When I say red light and look at you, freeze, just like a statue, and don't move, okay? Here we go. Green light. Red light, stop. Stop, freeze. All right, that's the way we start. Now, if I see anyone move this time, they have to go all the way back. Green light, red light. We'll be back with our magic mirror in just a moment. Green light.
Romper Room will continue right after these messages.
If you want to be cool, then hear what I say. You got to go to school every school day.
Because if you want a good job, there's a very simple rule. You got to get an education, got to go to school.
You got to get it all together if you want to make it pay. You got to stay in school till graduation day. So be cool. Stay in school. Be cool. Stay in school.
If you want to be cool, stay in school.
We now return to Romper Room Friends.
Well, tomorrow we're going to enjoy one of my favorite books. We'll be reading this book together. It's called The Very Busy Spider, and I hope you get a chance to visit your local library so you will have your own copy ready to go. And if not, maybe your mom or dad or your other favorite grown-up can go to the library this week and find out more about insects. But right now, it's time for Magic Mirror. Romper, bomper, stomper, boo. Tell me, tell me, tell me, do. Magic Mirror, tell me today. Did my friends have fun at play? I see Vivian and Chris. There's Drew, Katie, Willie, and Wendy. I see R.C. and Amanda, Amy, Kevin, Kristen, and Terry. There's Heidi, April, Rebecca, Diana, and you, and I'll see you all again in Romper Room School.
Bing bong, tick tock, bebop.
Coming up at 6:30, get ready for the cat and mouse capers of everyone's favorites, Tom and Jerry. Then at 7, take a tiny tumble with those lovable little True Blue Smurfs. And at 8, hey, boo-boo, get your picnic basket ready for a fun time on the Yogi Bear Show, right here on LA's very independent station, Channel 13.
Romper Room and friends.
5 times a week.
The Cosby